Welcome to part 4 of how I married wrong. So here I'm going to be talking about the confrontation when now I got back home from my friend. So I drove off from a place, went to my house. I think we spent almost 2 to 3 hours, like midnight, 2 early hours. I think 3 a.m. Yeah, just talking and crying. And one of my weaknesses as a woman, I believe people. And when a person explain why they did something, I believe them, and that's one of my weaknesses. And when she was explaining to me, I end up sympathizing with her and feeling like understanding her. I don't know how I can put it. If you like me, you'll understand a person who does something wrong to you, and you end up understanding. So instead of being angry with her, I understood I understood why she acted that way. I started sympathizing with her, comforting her that don't worry, as long as you break up with him, we good. Then when I got home, I went to bed, guys. I couldn't sleep. The anger, the disappointment, and like the pain. And now remember, as I was reading this SMS, it had details. I started reading the conversation. So yeah, it was like I'm adding petrol, or adding fuel on the pain already. So yes, I waited for the morning to come so that I can speak to this guy. When I woke up in the morning, one thing I can tell you about this guy, he knew how to talk for himself, and he knew how to convince you. You come with something and you've got all the evidence, and you end up regretting why you came to him. And if you understand the narcissist, those are one of the quality, or of the qualities here of the narcissist. So they know how to defend themselves, and you find yourself like you are crazy. You find yourself like, no, maybe, you find yourself like, I'm the one who's crazy, he is right. So he was one of those, characteristics, not qualities, one of the characteristics of the narcissists. So yeah, I also, when I woke up in the morning, I confronted him, asking him that I saw the SMS. What's happening? And guess what? What he says now? He says, it's your friend who approached me. It's your friend who approached me. I didn't want anything to do with your friend, but it's her who came to me, who made moves. And, as a man, I had weakness, and I started falling for it. Well, I don't know what happened, but knowing the man, the kind of a man that he is, I know it's him who made those moves, and it's him who convinced him, who convinced this lady, or the lady who used to be my friend, to have an affair with him. So he denied everything. He said, I don't want, this, mina ngithanda wena, I love you, baby. If I didn't love you, I was not gonna go and pay lobola at your home. I was not gonna be with you right now. The lines that they use, these guys. And even now I'm with you. Another mistake that you must never make. Never move in with a guy. Never move in with a guy before you get married, because I was so invested emotionally in him, because we had moved together, because I think our wedding was in few weeks. So I was so invested in this relationship. Everything we are doing together, the planning is, we are doing everything together. So I believed him when he said he's going to break up with her, he's going to focus on me, blah, blah, blah. And when I look back now, I just see a younger me who was very desperate. I was very desperate to save this relationship, because if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have stayed. I would have accepted that, but I knew less. So I know sometimes it is easy for people to judge you. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? If you haven't been exposed to a lot of things, even how you make decisions, how you decide, even make important decisions, you know, it based on what you know. So knowledge helps you to make better decisions. What you know helps you to make better decisions. So I didn't know much at that time. And remember, at that time, I was just a church goer. I used to go to church. I didn't have a relationship with God. I think I just went to church because I came from a family that I was raised that way, because I gave my life to Jesus when I was young. And so, that girls who would say, Ekaya, this is what we do. We go to church and that's it. Yeah, so I used to go to church, but to have a relationship, because at that time, obviously, I was fornicating. I was not even supposed to be living with him. I was not supposed to be living with a man. I had no business of sleeping with him or being with him, because I was not married to him. So, yeah. So that's what happened. He denied, and we went ahead to plan our wedding. And I remember at that time I told our pastors, I want to tell our pastors what had happened. And our pastor at that time, the church I used to go to, our pastor, they were from America, they were American pastors, So they were like, you guys, you're a great couple. He's a good man. You're a good woman. You deserve each other. You must give it another try. This guy, when he's married, is going to be straight. He's going to be good man, this and that. Lies and lies and lies. There is no way you can change a person. What you ignore before you get married is what is going to destroy your marriage. So that was a lie that I chose to believe. So we went ahead to plan our wedding, and we had our wedding. And guess what happened next?